Hi, my name is Matt Wallace and I'm a teacher at Aids High School. For today's presentation, I'll be looking at how to engage students in the process of persuasive writing using ICT. The tools that I'll be looking at include the use of YouTube to engage students, Smart Notebook, and the use of SpiderScribe, which is an online brainstorming tool. Persuasive writing is not only relevant to teachers who teach English, but given that the NAPLAN examination has a persuasive writing component, this presentation would be relevant across most KLAs. In order to engage students in the process of persuasive writing, I made sure that the topic we studied related to their world. This was a unit that I delivered to my Year 7 students, and the question that I gave them was, is Harry Potter or Lord Voldemort a more powerful wizard? Immediately, this piqued their interest and created some type of engagement level. To increase this engagement level, I found a YouTube clip of a rap battle between Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort. When I introduced this to the students, I told them that a rap battle was a kind of form of persuasive text where two people are trying to battle it out over who is the better person, and in this case, who is better, Harry Potter or Lord Voldemort.
Operating in this corner, we have the Dark Lord himself. He who must not be named, but I'm gonna do it anyway. The heir of Slytherin itself, Voldemort. MC Voldemort, you're up first. You have until the beat stops.
I'm the darkest dark wizard in all of history. I'll slay your ass out like Cedric Diggory. With the wave of my finger, I'll put you on the floor. Use a punk-ass little kid without Dumbledore. I'm the best wizard rapper you ever will see. You're a peewee witch midget with a dead mommy. I've got multiple souls and can raise the dead. If you think you can win, then you've been sorely misled.
Use a big old fairy, you think I'm scared of you. I smoked a basilisk and I'll smoke you too. I got witches in class, I got witches in the halls. If you're looking at my cloak, you see my agatized balls. I win it wizard duels, I win it wizard chess. Got platinum coming dubs on my Hogwarts Express. You can't touch me, son, I drive magic cars. I dish out big hurt, you just pass out little scars. Yeah.
Poor little Harry, you're such a darling lad. Do you miss your uncle, your mom, your dad? Ooh, that's right, I killed them. You little owl too. All your friends are next. I'll cut right through your crew. You look like Marcy from Peanuts and your wand is tiny. Is that why you couldn't close the deal with Hermione? My boys are called Death Eaters. They're black magic studs. They'll make you disappear. They don't care for my drugs. You can never find me. It's like trying to catch smoke. You can't hide from me with your punk-ass cloak. You think you're invisible, but I can see through that. I'll roll up with my wand and go rat-a-tat-tat.
You can get the idea why students in Year 7 might engage with this already, just due to the content. However, when it's analysed, the rap battle actually has a structure very similar to a persuasive text. It uses techniques such as rhetorical questions, repetition, and emotive language, which, when taught to the students, can help them with their own writing. If anyone's interested in viewing the rest of that rap, here is the YouTube link. To start off this unit, after I initially engaged the students through the YouTube video, I had the class brainstorm qualities of Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort and which makes either Harry Potter or Lord Voldemort a more powerful wizard. To do that, I used an online app called SpiderScribe, which is a brainstorming tool. Once you create an account in SpiderScribe, you'll see a page which looks similar to this. To create a new map, you simply go up the top and go Create New Map. You can give it a name, and we might call this Harry Potter. You can add a description if you want, or just go Create. For SpiderScribe, you can use a number of different ways to create your mind map. When I delivered this to my class, I used an interactive whiteboard and we did it as a whole class activity. First thing I did was I uploaded a picture of Harry Potter and of Voldemort. When they upload, you can move these images around and you can also resize them so you have enough room to do the rest of your mind map. By using images, I find that the students could very clearly see and have a visual representation of the mind map as we created it. Once we had these two images up, I had students as a class discuss the qualities of each wizard and create a mind map trying to determine who is more powerful or who is stronger. To add new points to this mind map, you click the little plus button down here and you can either upload it as an image or you can do it through text and then link the text like that. If you want to delete any of them, you just delete here. At the end, once they had developed their mind map, I gave a copy of this to the students so that they had some content for their persuasive writing task. Once students had brainstormed the qualities of Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort and started to flesh out who was the more powerful wizard, we then looked at the structure of a persuasive writing text. In the NAPLAN examination, students are assessed on the structure of their writing and the techniques that they use in it. So it's important that they not only learn content, but how to actually create their writing piece. To do that, I use Smart Notebook. Smart Notebook is a program which comes on most T4L computers and is also available on the DER laptops. I created activities in Smart Notebook which were interactive, where students could get up out of their seats and participate by coming up to the board. In this activity, students come up to the board and click on each of these little statements down the bottom and then move them or drag them into the correct structural piece of a persuasive writing text, either in the introduction, body, or conclusion. For example, each paragraph has a topic sentence and is linked with connectives, would be placed in the body, whereas outlines the arguments to be used can go in the introduction. This I found was more of a fun way for students to get involved and still learn the structure of a persuasive text. As you place these things in, you can go check to find out whether they're right or wrong, and you can also hit solve to get the correct answers. In Smart Notebook, to create one of these activities, all you do is you go over to the side, to the gallery, then you go into Lesson Activity Toolkit, Interactive Multimedia, and that one that I used was a category sort. So you drag it in, like that, and then click Edit up the top to add your content. Your content might be how many columns you had. For that case, I had 3 columns. So you choose 3. You put the title for each column in, and then you put all of the content to be dragged into your columns and select what column it goes to. Once you've done that, you hit OK, and you have your little activity created. Students in the NAPLAN exam not only get marked on the structure of the persuasive text, but they also get marked on the techniques used. Throughout this unit, I taught them various techniques such as rhetorical questions, repetition, facts, and things like that. However, for this presentation, I'll show you the lesson that I taught on emotive language. Firstly, I explained to students what emotive language was, and I linked them back to the Harry Potter YouTube clip and got them to analyze and discuss what were some of the emotive terms used in that clip. We then looked at another Smart Notebook activity where students were to get up out of their seats again to create an active element to the class and drag and drop each of the phrases into either the emotive vortex or into the objective vortex. For example, extremely powerful would go into emotive, whereas strong might just go into objective. If students got it wrong, it gets rejected from the vortex. To create this activity, you once again go over to the gallery and find the lesson activity toolkit. And that example was a blue vortex sort. So you click on it and drag it over. And then once again, go edit to add your content, which would include the names of each of the vortex. And then you can add each of the labels and select which vortex that it might go to. To test students' knowledge throughout this unit, I also incorporated the quiz element in Smart Notebook. This was just a fun way for students to demonstrate their learning and to show that they are building on their persuasive writing techniques and the structure of a text. In this activity, students came up the front to the interactive whiteboard and it would hit clue, and you'd get a clue and then you'd guess the letters to answer the clue. So for example, describes a noun would be an adjective. And then you go through and go next, get another clue. Words used to appeal to the audience's emotions would have emotive words. And as you just saw, if you choose the wrong letter, you miss. To create that quiz element, you once again go to the gallery, then lesson activity toolkit, and that example was a blue word guess. When you go edit, you can choose a number of different games. There was soccer, basketball, or in that case, it was a tomato splat. You put your clues in on this side and then the answers in on this side and hit OK to generate your quiz. When delivering this unit of work to students in Year 7, myself and the other teachers in Year 7 noted that some students still needed a little bit of extra support. They were engaged with the process of persuasive writing and they understood different techniques. However, the structure of it still stumped them a little bit, and students with low literacy skills still struggled. To help those students, we turned the introduction into a little bit of a closed passage activity. For example, what we did was we created a passage like this, which reads, "I strongly believe that so-and-so is a more powerful wizard than so-and-so. I believe this because of," and you put in 4 reasons. By looking at this evidence, you can clearly see that so-and-so is a much more powerful wizard than whoever. We also turned this into an interactive activity by listing the reasons as a class in little boxes like this. So for example, our 2 wizards are Harry Potter, and we put these down the bottom. Students could then come up to the board and move these into place so that they complete the activity as a class for those students who were struggling with the structure of a persuasive writing text. Throughout this unit though, we found that by using ICT such as the YouTube clip to engage students and then little Smart Notebook activities to help them learn the structure and language techniques, students did produce much better results in their NAPLAN examination. This is just a short presentation over some of the things that we taught them. However, we also looked at various other techniques such as the use of rhetorical questions, connectives, etc. And we had more Smart Notebook games to go with that. However, for today's presentation, you can see that through the use of Smart Notebook and YouTube clips, students can be engaged through the process of persuasive writing. Thank you.